Hi there, welcome back to our 5-bedroom duplex project here in Abia State. In today's video, we will take you through the exciting progress from the DPC level up to the decking level. Stick with us as we show you how this dream home is rising block after block, and of course also break down all the construction activities as well as give you an idea of what it could cost you to do a similar project. So, as soon as the casting of the DPC is completed, the next construction activity is the setting out of blocks on the DPC level. And of course, at Umek, what we do is to start by bringing out all the external walls, getting the longest line first. And the idea behind this is to ensure that we square all the lines. So once you bring out the external wall, the longest one is now easier to square the shorter ones. And of course, make sure that everything is in line with the block beneath. And once that is done, then the internal demarcations are brought out one after another. And when that has been completed, the next activity is now to demarcate internal spaces and of course mark out the access to these internal spaces in the name of doors. And when this has been completed, then the block laying starts. In some sides, the starting of the window is at 2 blocks, in some 3 blocks, in some 4 blocks. So you of course will refer to the drawing to identify the particular number of blocks we have before the windows, and of course mark out all the windows according to the sizes in the drawing. And once this is completed, then the next activity is to raise all the blocks to the lintel level, which also could vary according to projects. The standard in most cases is 9 blocks, and some buildings have the lintels at 10 blocks and all. Yes, there is no one size fits all kind of recommendation for this. It depends on design and preference. So that is what happens. And when the blocks are taken all to the lintel level, then the lintel work begins by the carpenters boarding the bottom of the lintel. And then once that is done, then the iron bender puts the rods connecting all the columns and of course marking the end of the windows and the doors. After this comes the complete carpentry work, which is boarding of the sides, and then the casting of the columns and lintels take place. So this is the activity that is going on here, as you can have a look. Now, after the lintel is boarded, reinforced, and cast, the next construction activity that comes up is the leveling of blocks, which is more like putting some blocks on top of the lintel. And now this also is project specific, because some projects may have 2 blocks on top of the lintel, while some may have 3 blocks on top of the lintel, while the others will have 4 blocks on top of the lintel to level up to the decking level. And of course, this just depends on the specifications of that particular project. For instance, a building that has 10 blocks may not need 3 blocks. It may just need 2 blocks before the decking. In some cases, with special requests, some people may require higher headroom, which will mean adding extra blocks. And of course, all this comes with its pros and cons, right? So after the block has been leveled, yes, this we call it leveling because it's kind of using it to make sure that you get a perfect level and a plumb level top for the decking, so that the decking will be on the same level. So that is what happens. And once that happens, and once that is gotten to the decking level, then the decking work begins. It is important to note here that each activity in the construction sites is related to the other. None is done in isolation. So if you don't do one very well, the way it should be done, it will affect the next project when you the next activity when you get to that. For instance, if the leveling is not done well here, it will affect the level of the decking. If the block work is not done well, it will affect the plastering, because you have to feel if you want to get a good finish by the end of the day. So each activity relates to the other. All activities are interrelated to ensure a good finish. Now, by the time this construction was done from the DPC to the decking level, it was observed that this material had been used. 30 lanes of 16 mm rods, 30 lanes of 12 mm rods, 20 lanes of 8 mm rods, 1,809 inches blocks, 80 bags of cement, 100 boards for the burden of the lintel and the columns. Then the 7-ton tipper of sand, we used 2 trips, and of course 15 tons of chippings for the casting of the lintels and the columns. And of course there were provisions for the electrical and plumbing piping. The total cost of all these materials used here is 4,550,000 naira, whereas the total cost of the labor that was employed to do this work from the DPC to the decking level was 1,580,000 naira. Now remember that the cost of the supervision depends on you and negotiating power with your engineer, and this brings the total cost for this work from the DPC to the decking level to 6,130,000 naira. Please remember to subscribe to our channel, like and comment on our videos, and contact us to help you bring that your dream home into reality. Thank you for being with us this far, and see you in the next one.